This instructional video is for Logos users. So if you are using Logos software, I want you to go open your software and click the little house icon that takes you to your home page. This constantly changes. It's based upon your resources. And I want you to enter into the reference box John 3:16. Now, as you're finding your way there, there's a command box and a reference box. The reference box is the one we want to use right now because this will open the standard 6 panes on your page. Click Go, and you will see that it opens to John 3:16 across my panels. And here on the left, I have the passage guide, my exegetical guide. If you click that, it changes the items that you can look up. Okay, toggle back and forth, back to passage guide. You can customize these by simply clicking this add. You can add items, or you can, if you want to take something away, hover your mouse and just click off. It doesn't take it out of the software, it just takes it off this page. You can restore these at any time by coming back and adding. Now, notice my Bible pane is right here. I have 5 Bibles that come up automatically because I have prioritized them that way. How do you prioritize your resources? You go to your library icon, this little book, and you click on that. It opens your library. Now, these are all your books, okay? And if you notice in this little box, it'll tell you exactly how many resources that you have in your library. You come across to the word prioritize, and you click that, and then you tell Logos what you want it to load. You do your Bibles, then you put in your commentaries, and then you put in your reference books and so forth, and you tell it which resources you want it to prioritize, and that's what it brings up, and that's what it searches first. Now, notice also that you can resize any of these panes. You just drag them, put your cursor on there. You can drag them around. You can make them bigger. You can make them smaller. You can take them off. If I wanted to take off text comparison, I can click it off, give myself more space. I haven't lost it. I go back to tools, and I can re-up that pane, text comparison. There it is. If I click that back on, it brings it back up. Okay, so you don't ever lose anything. It's all still right there. Now I want you to go to layouts and click this little word layout. Okay, you'll notice this little circle tells me when it's synchronizing my data and synchronizing with the cloud. Then you have layouts, and then you have the question mark is your help manual that's on board. I want you to establish a layout for this class. When you click on layouts, it opens a menu. I want you to click save as a named menu. We're going to start a new layout, and let's call it My RBS Layout. Okay, then hit the arrow to save it, and I want you to notice what happens. Up here at the top, I now have a layout titled My RBS Layout. Now, what I've done, class, I have created a desktop that's for this class only. You can go back in and do a layout, have your sermon layout, or if you're doing a Bible study in Colossians or whatever, you can have as many layouts as you want. When I click my layout menu, notice how many layouts that I have. I have all my classes. I have a layout for every class I teach. I have a layout for all these Bible studies I've done, and so forth. So you need to make a layout. Let's use my RBS layout. Now, if I go in and I add something, let's say I load up, let's say a commentary on the Gospel of John. Now, notice in the reference box, I now have a new tab, the Bible Knowledge Commentary and the Gospel according to John. And I can toggle in the table of contents. I can take it out, or I can view it again, so you can make yourself more space. If I'm not sure what resource that is, I can click on this little information. It tells me this is Leon Morris's commentary, and so forth. Now, here's what I want you to see. For your assignment this week, now you have a layout. Oh, and since I've changed the layout, before I click it off, I want to go back to layouts up here on the right. Find my RBS layout, click the little down arrow, and say Update to Current Snapshot. That now saves any changes I made to this desktop. So if I close it out, it's going to come back and open to exactly where I last saved it. Okay? Now, there are several ways to look at interlinears. We have our text right here, and one of the things you're going to work on is John 3:16. Up here in this toolbar, the toolbar for this pane, you see there is you hover over these, and you can see you have an inline interlinear, and you have an interlinear. Let me just click the inline. Once you click it on, now I can tell it how much information I want to customize in my interlinear, and it's a reverse interlinear, so those of you with Logos, you have about 6 of these, 6 different translations. But that to me is so busy. I don't like that particular look. The one I like is this next icon, and it puts all the information below my text. Now, if I need a little more real estate, I can customize this. I can drag it down. I can make it wider. You can customize your stuff any way you want. Now I've got my verse, and my interlinear is down here. When I click on a word in the English, it highlights that word, and then it blues out the information in the interlinear below. Now look at this. Here is your transliteration. Here's your parsing. Here is your Strong's number and Ioannidis number. Say, well, what is all that? How do I get my information up? Mine doesn't look like yours. Come over here and right-click on Surface, and you can add or take out, customize your interlinear for just the information that you want. I'm going to take out morphology because we're not going to be studying that, but I do right-click on Surface. I do want transliteration, and I do want Strong's numbers, and I'm going to take out the Ioannidis number for now. Now I have the surface text, the transliteration, and the Strong's number. This is what you're going to need for this exercise. Now, when we go in, let's say we want to see the transliterations for the word sun. I click on sun. It highlights the blue here. There's Huion, and my Strong's number is right there. Isn't that great? Wow, this is a quick lesson on how to get to a Logos interlinear.